So let's make the bracelet today. So the same thing, we're gonna do the same thing. The slip knot. And last week we learned with do a couple chains and one bead. And I do not know if you guys saw, but Ursula make beautiful, beautiful necklace. And the same thing with these. If you want to modify to be a necklace, you totally can. So first thing, I'm gonna make two chains, and instead of bringing one, I'm gonna bring three. That's right. Instead of just going like this, what would be totally fine, we're not. We are gonna make a little triangle, and we're gonna toggle until to make it sure they're gonna stay a triangle. Very tight. Then you're gonna do one more chain, and then you're gonna make this chain very tight as well. So the chain before the beads and the chain after the beads need to be super tight, and then gonna look like this. The amount of space and the amount of chains is up to you. You know, again, is the same principle. What you want to be the star of the show, the beads or the yarn. Sorry, today I can't talk. So I'm gonna make three, and I'm gonna tighten up, and then I'm gonna do that same thing. See, you just gotta toggle to make a little bit of, to make the little triangle. I'm sorry. So see how it looks now, just like this, and this with these beads and this color, not a big deal, right? But depending what you use, if you use glass pearls or real pearls, up to you. I do not know your budget. But it will look gorgeous. You can use two small beads and a large bead, or two large beads and one small one. You're gonna make it, you're gonna look totally different, you know. But don't be fooled, this would be gorgeous as well. So let's continue. So make this very tight, and 1, 2, three, and then 3 more, and let's make very tight, and 1, 2, 3, make it tight. You run the risk that while you're crocheting it looks like a triangle, and the next day or a week later the knot itself gonna get loose and somehow gonna have enough space here to straighten up, and then gonna look like 3 beads instead of the little triangle. 2, 3, tighten up, and there we go. And this is the tutorial today. Now down the road I can show, I'm just teaching you the technique for a bracelet. You're gonna need about 60 centimeters. You're gonna fill up about 60 centimeters of beads for a bracelet, or for a necklace you can go 2 meters or 3 meters. Now the more beads you put it in the string, the more you're gonna have to put, like let's say if this was full, you would have to move all these and give you some space to be able to work. Okay, so it can be frustrating, but it's much better than if you down the road you have to stop what you're doing, have you're gonna have to have an estimate of how much longer you wanted to make the rope with the beads. I'm gonna say like that. And then you're gonna have to cut that end and then drag all the beads back to this end. Because if you try to go with the hook through the crochet, with a crochet hook through the bead, it is not gonna turn out like this. So I'm gonna show one here that I finished. So this was last week and it looks fantastic. And this is this week. I'm gonna keep adding, but I just wanted to show you how it looks with the 3 beads. Oh, I'm sorry. This is with 3 chains. Now I'm gonna show you right here. I'm making, I'm gonna have a craft fair here in the spring, and I wanted to have a booth, so I'm making a lot of stuff. So this is how it looks with the multiple colors, 3 beads, and 10 chains in between. When you pile up, it looks so pretty. And this is gonna be a necklace, and maybe I'll do the short, how a little, a short how am I gonna finish this this necklace. If you do want if you do want to see how I make it, just leave the comment, because there is several techniques that we can work with. But I think this is so pretty. The taupe, I think, khaki color with all these itsy bitsies. This is 2mm beads and all kind of shades. This was the soup bead. I used to be late at night awake, and I had nothing better to do, so I used to give myself an allowance of $5 a month to buy beads on eBay. The good thing about eBay is that you buy it and then you forget it. And boy oh boy, and then like months later, a lot of 1,000 beads arrived, and so I start putting in the container, and every time I found 2mm beads, I used to throw here and then end up like this. I think it came out kind of pretty, don't you think so? Next week, this is gonna be the tutorial. For these, you're gonna need regular beads or 4mm, and this one is about a 6, so we're gonna use a 4mm and an 8mm in the middle. I didn't want to search, I just moved, so I didn't want to search for it, so I put 3, but usually it's 4 beads over here. I put a little crystal, turned out prettier. And also I'm gonna make this. Maybe I'll do a video just showing how I'm gonna finish this, but next week gonna be this tutorial. So for this week, you're gonna use the thread of your preference. Can be cotton, can be nylon. So this was today's tutorial. Looks like this when it's all ready. You put multiple layers of this, gonna look gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I made a necklace and bracelet with this, and 2mm. Took about 3,000 beads, but I had nothing better to do. So for last week, just to recap, last week, any bead, any size, the way you like. This week, the same thing, any bead, any size, and as many or as little chains in between the cluster of beads. And next week, you're gonna need either 4mm and an 8mm beads, or a 2mm and a 6mm. Not 8, several. You're gonna need a lot of them. Get your beads and let's practice. So 8, 4, or 6 and 2. So Sorry, it's the cats and they're going crazy. So, Dino was kidnapped and shredded by 3 cats and a dog. And I think I'm gonna have to find a new mascot. Well, until then, I hope you guys had fun with this. If you have any questions or comments, write down below. Please let me know. That's it for today. Don't forget to be kind. Bye-bye.